Tonight, the future of democracy in Haiti at its tipping point as the country, now overrun by gang leaders, teeters on the edge of political chaos. The out-of-control violence escalating over the last week when the same gangs who once fought each other then banded together, attacking airports, police stations, the presidential palace, even prisons, releasing thousands of inmates into the streets. The island nation spiraling into a state of emergency, prompting leaders of the Caribbean nations to hold an emergency meeting over the crisis. The man at the center of it all, G9 gang leader Jimmy Cherizier, also known as Barbecue, one of Haiti's most notorious and ruthless gang leaders. Now, one of the most powerful men in the country. Threatening consequences if Haiti's Prime Minister, Ariel Henry, doesn't answer calls to resign. Henry has been marooned in Puerto Rico since last week, unable to land due to threats at the airport. The Haitian gang boss rising to power, once an officer in the Haitian National Police Force, now the face of the rebellion against the government, likening himself to figures like Robin Hood, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, and Fidel Castro.
It's clear that he has a messianic vision of his role in Haiti. He presents himself as such, and he so far has the means and is prepared to use them.
Haiti has been rattled by devastation, from the catastrophic earthquake of 2010 to the assassination of President Jovenel Moïse 11 years later. Political and social instability in Haiti has created a power vacuum, opening the doors for Barbecue's influence to skyrocket.
The very conditions of poverty and extreme poverty in the slums, to some extent, nurture that kind of gang violence.
The origin of his nickname Barbecue is up for debate. Cherizier says it was his mother's job as a fried chicken vendor that got him his alias. Others claim it comes from his alleged involvement in the 2018 Port-au-Prince massacre that left more than 70 people dead, many burned beyond recognition. The international community ramping up efforts to prevent nationwide pandemonium as President Biden approved a military operation to airlift some of the embassy staff from Haiti over the weekend. U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken meeting with world leaders at that emergency meeting in Jamaica today. The calls for action growing more urgent. The United Nations reports at least 15,000 people left displaced by the violence in just 1 week.
Marissa Parra joins us now live from Miami tonight. And Marissa, as you mentioned there was that high-level summit today with world leaders, including the U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken, who just wrapped up his comments minutes ago. Do we have any idea of what was discussed?
Well, we know the State Department said earlier that leaders from Caribbean nations, as well as other countries, of course, including the United States, part of what they're trying to find a consensus on today is a plan that would help to not only bring political transitions, but also to support free and fair elections within Haiti. But, Tom, I'll also add that we know Secretary Blinken has been meeting with the United Nations for the humanitarian side of this. The UN really stressing the need to be able to bring in necessities, life necessities, like treatment for things like gunshot wounds and medicine to the people who remain stranded there.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.